What's up guys, Justin Morgan here, Carved Up Vegan Muscle. In this video I wanted to talk about some things common problems I see in the front squat. And I see a lot of videos, and I watched a lot of videos back a few years ago when I was really trying to work out some of the problems in my own front squatting. And I just kind of wanted to cover some of those because I think the problems that most people, including myself, struggle with actually are not covered in most of the videos. And I've taken both some videos of myself and of really great front squatters, really great weightlifters in general, like Clarence Kennedy and Dmitry Klokov, and integrated them for you to watch. But what I want you to notice is that when they are doing the front squat, it does not look like the low bar back squat. And that's probably the biggest problem that I see people struggle with, is that when they go down to do the front squat, they're really keeping their knees back and behind their toes. And while I don't think that's necessarily a wrong thing, and most certainly some people with the proper femur lengths will be able to get away with doing that, if you do not allow your knees to travel over top of your toes, for most lifters, you're actually not going to be able to do the front squat very well. It's going to put an incredible amount of stress on your wrists to actually hold the weight. Your body's going to come forward and you're going to end up dumping the barbell, or it's going to just put an incredible amount of stress on your wrist to actually hold the barbell. So what I would really propose is that the most ideal situation for most people would be to just simply allow your knees to travel forward over your toes, and as a result it'll allow you to keep your upper body quite a bit more upright, and by doing that it'll take the stress off of your wrist and it'll allow you to keep the barbell up on your shoulders. Now that would probably be the next most common thing that I think I see people doing, is that they have difficulty keeping their shoulders up. And the common cue that I see a lot of people say will be elbows up, elbows up. And while that is a symptom of the problem, I don't think that it necessarily pinpoints the exact issue. And I personally think that by actually identifying the real issue, it helps those cues to have a lot more meaning to the lifter. So what I think most people should do is, just by bringing their shoulders up or lifting their shoulders while they're doing the front squat so that the bar has something to rest on, it allows you to take a lot of the stress of the barbell off of your clavicle and that bone that's right there in front of your neck. You can kind of feel it. Oftentimes, if you're letting your shoulders droop, or you're not, keeping your shoulders up as a cushion for the barbell, then when you do that, it'll cause that barbell to rest on that bone, and it's really painful. And it causes people to have disdain and dislike the front squat. And while the front squat is not an essential exercise for anyone, it is a very great tool that myself and most coaches and most lifters integrate into their training as a way to improve. It's a great variation of the squat for powerlifters. If you're a strongman competitor or an Olympic weightlifter, it's a great tool or great exercise to use that will carry over to most of, especially for Olympic weightlifting, the front squat will obviously carry over to the clean. And if you're a strongman competitor, it'll carry over to things like stone loading, any type of loading event. It's a great non-stressful way to kind of work those same muscles, work the same movement patterns that you'll be doing in those events, and something that you can do in the gym if you can't always have access to the implements for strongman competition. So those are pretty much the two big areas that I see, is that people want to allow their upper body to fall way forward while they're doing their front squat in the similar fashion that you would oftentimes see people do with a low bar back squat. And then the other is that they have difficulty keeping the barbell, or keeping their shoulders up for a cushion for the barbell to sit on. And now once you know that is the issue, a cue that you can use to help you do that is actually to keep your elbows up. So I think using that cue with that knowledge is a lot more effective than using it without that knowledge. So that's it. Hopefully that helps anybody that's been having issues with the front squat. Those are two things that I don't necessarily see as in tutorial videos for the front squat very often. So if that helps, then I appreciate it if you like the video, subscribe, and if you really got something out of it, go ahead and share it so that other people can kind of get that same thing. Thanks for watching. You guys take it easy.